Hey everyone, John Lewis, the legendary Georgia representative, said to Chuck Todd on NBC's Meet the Press that Donald Trump was not a legitimate president. And the reasons for this are basically because of the hacking issues with the Russians, the many instances of alleged voter fraud and vote count problems, the blocking of recount efforts in key states like Michigan and Wisconsin and Pennsylvania. Even with those problems and others, I have to disagree with John Lewis. As much as I respect the great representative of the state of Georgia, and here's why. Folks, the Democratic Party in 2016, and really in the run up years to 2016, starting in 2014, turned its back on Obama Democrats like myself. John Lewis is a person who is so high up in the party that he transcends being either an Obama Democrat or a Clinton Democrat. But look, prior to the rise of President Obama, John Lewis was, for all practical purposes, a Clinton Democrat, a person who believed that Hillary Clinton rightfully would be the next president of the United States and didn't see Barack Obama coming until it was obvious that President Obama had a movement and John Lewis and other traditionally African American Democrats had to get behind him or risk looking really bad. Memories are short. But in 2016, the Democratic Party had people who were micro-targeting messages and told folks like me that they could write and drill down to the proper demographic group and get the right word out and convince those people to vote. They also had people who were Clintonites, Clinton backers, who believed it was essentially their time. And they were, in some cases, hostile to or completely ignored Obama operatives like myself, who were key in making sure that President Obama reached as many voters as possible, and online in particular, during the 2007-2008 Democratic primary. It seemed like they were kind of angry with some of us who hadn't, by 2016, jumped full on to their side or on their bandwagon. Now, having said that, I did. I thought the war was over a long time ago. I made a video blog saying that we have to get behind Hillary Clinton as president. But what happened in 2016 is a number of Democrats, a number of the Clinton types thought, hey, look, it's our turn and we can win. We, as a collective party, didn't accept the fact that Donald Trump could win even as he was winning state after state after state. We thought that was just a GOP thing, if you will. Donald Trump was so, in some cases, uncomfortably authentic, so shockingly authentic. We thought that when it came to the later part of the Republican primary, his sun would set, and we certainly didn't believe he had any chance in the national election. But Donald Trump got the one memo, a decades-old memo, that we Democrats, particularly the Clinton Democrats, forgot. It's the jobs that matter. How many jobs you're going to create and how you're going to reduce the cost of living of people are the two most important questions you have to answer as a candidate. And if you don't have the answer, you're not going to win. It's that simple. Everything else is secondary. We forgot that message. It's a clear message, clear as a bell. It's a set of questions that is unmistakable. We did not form answers to those questions. Donald Trump did, And the answers he gave were in his unique, brash, in-your-face way. It got the attention of the electorate, and it was effective. Meanwhile, the Democratic Party, lacking in a large number of new African American candidates, gave no reason for young blacks to come out and vote in the numbers that they did when President Obama was running. So, stayed on the sidelines in large numbers. They did not vote. Independent whites who in the past voted for Barack Obama went over and voted for Donald Trump over Hillary Clinton. And so now we're in a position where Donald Trump is president. Yes, he got there allegedly by encouraging Russian operatives to hack various areas, various institutions in the United States, like the Democratic Party. He got there by encouraging a nation to essentially violate us electronically. And yes, how he got there, how he did this should be investigated, unquestionably. But the simple fact of the matter is, we don't have that piece of paper that says, hey, Donald Trump became president but in a way that is against the laws of the United States of America. We don't have that. And so because we don't have that, and he received a number of votes, and there were so many in the GOP that were able to block any voter recount, and Democratic donors didn't step up in big numbers to finance efforts to force recounts, we have Donald Trump as our president. Barack Obama said it best. We didn't come out to vote. We didn't have the right message. The reasons why we lost are essentially simple, and we have to accept them. People like the top brass of the Democratic Party ignored key bloggers like me, preventing me from coming to the Democratic National Convention. I raised hell, told then interim DNC chair Donald Brazil that the Republican Party's blogger and social media effort was far better organized than ours by light years. I believe I used the term at one point. She said that she would get back to this off thread. She never did. Never did. Never did. And now it's part of the history of why the Republicans won and why Donald Trump won, that they had a better organized social media effort than we did. I tried to tell them, and I'm happy to show you and share with you the emails that I sent. Just ask. So, Donald Trump is President of the United States of America. And President Barack Obama, perhaps one of the greatest leaders of the 21st century, has set the tone by accepting Donald Trump as our next leader. We must honor Donald Trump as President of the United States, follow President Obama's lead, and maintain that perfect union that America has for many decades had as its advantage. John Lewis, you must understand, we cannot lose our perfect union. That, the maintenance of it, should be more important than anything else. Donald Trump is a legitimate president of the United States. He is our legitimate president of the United States.